miss? Somebody out there that I know. So, what is your Greg? Steve? Oh, I guess he'll do the scoreboard. Okay. That's the rules. All right.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to another exciting edition of High School Sports here on your High School Sports Leader, Oregon Sports Beat. Tonight, from Strasser Field at East Delta Park, it is 6A Interleague Girls Soccer featuring the Central Catholic Rams. The Rams' opponent tonight, the Cleveland Warriors. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Hall. I'll be calling the play-by-play, working with me, my broadcast partner, Ben Pahl. Ben? Big match tonight. We've got two teams from different leagues. Cleveland from the PIL, Central Catholic from the Mount Hood Conference. Both teams that are off to slow starts. Both teams, Cleveland 0-4 has scored one goal. Central Catholic 0-2-1 has scored no goals. You were mentioning to me beforehand, though, the Rams' schedule has been really tough.
I mean, you want to talk about starting your schedule off with the hardest possible opponents. They have played Skyview, who's ranked number 2 in Washington, lost 3-0. They played Jesuit, reigning reigning state champions.
They might be national champions.
Hey, they're that good. Seriously, Cleveland found out how good Jesuit is. That was an 8-0 game. They lost, so Central lost 3-0 to Jesuit, and then they played Rex Putnam, who's a quality 5A opponent. Rex Putnam is a good team. They actually beat Cleveland last year, and it was a 0-0 draw. So if you look on paper, you'd say, well, Central did want to win that game, but didn't even score. Talked to Coach DePena, and he told me that they completely dominated the game. They had about 19 shots. Just give a lot of credit to the Putnam keeper. Said she played a fantastic game, and so they're going to come into this one hungry tonight for looking for their first goal. And as for Cleveland, I talked to Coach Doug Diller, who, by the way, was in the championship just 2 years ago. They lost to Grant 3-2 in that one, so they were that close. So we know Diller can coach a very good team. He said this is one of the hardest working teams he's ever coached, and if you look at their record, it wouldn't necessarily show that, but he really likes this group. He thinks they've been a bit unlucky, except for the Jesuit game. They've been within one goal every contest, and he thinks that he's excited about this team. You can tell. He thinks they're a hard-working group.
All right, in the PIL, there are 7 teams that are playing girls soccer. The Cleveland Warriors, they are at the bottom. They're number 7. They're 0-4. They have scored one goal, given up 12. They're ranked 46th in the state. In the Mount Hood Conference, there are 8 teams playing girls soccer. The Rams right now are number 7. They're 0-2-1. They have not scored a goal yet, given up 6, and they're ranked 38th in the state. Here's the top 10 teams in the state right now, and granted, we're early on in the season.
Very early, yep.
We haven't started league play at all. Right now, the rankings show South Eugene number 1, Grant number 2, Beaverton 3, Sandy number 4, Lake Ridge 5, Lincoln 6, Westview 7, Sheldon 8, David Douglas 9, Tualatin 10. 2 teams from the Mount Hood Conference in the top 10, and they are Sandy and David Douglas. That's a change.
Absolutely a change. And David Douglas, they've had a really good last couple of seasons. They were a good team last year. They were ranked 11th going into the postseason. They won a playoff game against Sunset. So I really like what they're doing with that program. They have the Hughes Kick sisters, just a lot going well for David Douglas. I will say, and I was talking to you about this earlier, about the rankings being tough right now because we're early. I will bet you can hear it, I'll just say it, I will bet you my house Central will not be ranked 38th by the time the end of the season comes. I can promise you that.
Let me give you some interesting totals in the Mount Hood Conference. Clackamas, they're tied for first. They're 3-0. They've scored 18 goals and given up 2. They're ranked number 9. Number 12. David Douglas is 3-0. They're ranked number 9. They have scored 10 goals and they haven't given up any. So
David Douglas hasn't given up a goal.
Not a goal.
And of course, with this Central team, you got to think, and Coach DePena does a really good job. 4-1 win over Sherwood in the postseason last year. They lost to Beaverton 1-0 in a game that I called fantastic game all the way through. Beaverton was really tough and gritty on defense, and I think that they're hungry this season. They return a lot of key players. They did lose Katie Berry and Susanna Fee, and so they lost some key players, also bringing back a ton of talent. And so this isn't the start they probably expected. Played some really good teams. I would expect the Rams to come out with fire tonight, kind of with anger, trying to make up for the scoreless first few games.
All right, in goal tonight for the Cleveland Warriors, it'll be number 00. That's Marlo Rowland. She's a junior. In goal for the Rams, it'll be number 1, the senior, Gabby Hill.
Hill, experienced. I've called games with her starting quite a few times the last few seasons, and other players to highlight just from Central right away. Michaela Creason, number 15, she's a senior. And then trying to see who's wearing the armband there. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Maddie Platt, could be Sophie Nolte. Annie Charbonneau in the back, number 2. Keep an eye on her, fantastic defender.
Right in front of us in the white, that is Cleveland. They will move from our left to our right. Rams in Cardinal, they will move from our right to our left. We're underway.
Here we go. I wouldn't be a surprise. Central's a possession-driven team. Coach DePena is not shy. He said we like to have the ball. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to establish that early.
Charging in on goal right away, the Rams.
And that is, in fact, Maddie Platt making the run there and wearing the captain's armband. So the senior Maddie Platt, she's earned it after starting a lot of her sophomore and junior season.
And playing very well.
You know what, Dave? I really like them. Sometimes in the first few minutes, you just kind of go back and forth, passing, kind of boring. They take a shot. That's like the equivalent, Dave, of play action shot for the end zone in the first play from scrimmage. That's the football equivalent of this. I like they're going right at it. Caught a little bit offsides, but that's a good sign for Central Catholic.
Winning the opening tip on basketball and taking the shot from half court.
Yeah, wouldn't advise it, but I like the aggressiveness Central's coming out with here.
All right, Warriors.
Hill collects it.
You know, it's hard for me to remember to say Warriors after Cleveland. They were the Indians for the longest time. Plus, I grew up in Ohio, so I'm familiar with the Cleveland, and everybody called them the Indians. They're now the Guardians. These are the Warriors.
I'll tell you, I was announcing a football game with you a couple of years ago, and I referred to Franklin as the Lightning 3 times. Parents kept laughing at me. It's a nice ball, Emerson Britton.
Down the side, plays the ball in front.
Hill's there to collect. You know, I like the pace of this game so far, Dave. I like how both teams aren't just kind of sitting around playing in the back. They're trying to push up numbers when they feel like they have a chance to penetrate the defenses.
Coaches for this game for the Rams, it's Lucas DePena. For the Warriors, it is Doug Diller.
What time is it?
And as I've mentioned, if you would have told me a couple of years ago that these teams would be meeting and they'd be ranked 38th and 46th respectively, I would be like, that's not right. It's early season. And it is. Because Coach Diller, again, he's coached some really good teams at Cleveland. They fell off a little bit last season. You know, it's tough to get the right class. You got seniors graduating. But again, he said this is a hardworking team. And then with Central, it seems like they've had some tough playoff losses the last few years. But Coach DePena is doing a really good job. And they want to take that big step. They want to beat the Jesuits, the West Linds. You know, you mentioned before, runner-up in the state 2 years ago. Last year, not quite as good. This year, off to an 0-4 start. You know, it's once you've been at the mountaintop, it's hard to go back down the other side. Yeah, and I actually kind of like that about OSAA 6A soccer is that just because you're on top 1 year or on bottom 1 year, it can flip really quickly based on the class you have coming in, the coaching, the chemistry, a lot of factors. When I look at the rosters for these two teams, and I look at Cleveland and Central Catholic, one of the things I notice, both of them have a lot of juniors and sophomores, not a lot of seniors on either team. And since you mentioned that, a couple of girls who played on varsity as freshmen last year, Catherine Miller and Sophie Nolte, they both really impressed me, both of them midfielders. And I think now, when you get a lot of experience as freshmen, obviously means you're really talented. It also means that you just got years to develop. And so now, going into the sophomore season, they're just going to grow, and especially as the year goes on, they're going to get more comfortable, and I think they're going to be really big pieces. But having those young players is really key. Sophia Nolte is number 12. Miller is number 14. And both of them sophomores. And something else about Central Catholic is they're just so deep, Dave. And that's another thing to talk about. They will use the bench because up and down the lineup, I think there were times last year they had Hazel Norling coming off the bench. And Norling, I've been calling games with her for years. I really like the way she plays. She has her head up. She has great vision for the field. Looks to pass first, gets a lot of assists, and then also has a big, tall frame, knows how to use it. So my point here with her coming off the bench is that they're just that deep.
Actually, Cleveland has 4 more players suited up than Central Catholic. But in terms of experience, you're right, Central Catholic is very deep.
So far in this one, I gotta think Cleveland. I'm not gonna say they're elated, but happy that ever since the opening kick, they haven't had a lot of touches in their own attacking end, and so Central Catholic might want to try to clean it up, get it to the other side of the field a little more now.
One of the things we can tell our viewers, we have the benefit tonight. We have instant replay with us, and when we have a play that warrants instant replay, we'll bring it up and talk about it.
Yep, and that's where big shout out to Mr. Tim. It's been great having it this year, and especially the last soccer game I called last week. It's so awesome being able to look back and analyze a play because there are things you miss seeing it live. So now Central, this is kind of where they have their bread and butter a little bit. They're going to play that out to Maddie Streb. Streb is just a freshman, Dave, getting a start.
Actually, let's see, Central Catholic has 2 freshmen on the roster, Streb and Claire Cigarula. Cleveland doesn't have any.
Central Catholic, good program. Oftentimes they have some pretty talented underclassmen, even freshmen.
Throw in for the Rams.
Bella, watch the runner on your right. That's out.
Going down is Nolte, and the sophomore wins a free kick for the Rams.
Rams on the free kick, taking the free kick to be number 2.
And Charbonneau, I said it last year, she could be a high school kicker for the Rams. She's got a really good leg, and they try to go out wide there. A lot of times I've seen her just try to feed it into the box area, and it's really effective. So watch it when they get free kicks. Charbonneau is going to be big.
Speaking of kickers, Central Catholic, didn't Sappington go to Central Catholic?
Was it Central or Clackamas? It was one of the. I think it was Central. I think it was Central Catholic.
You know, kicking for the Ducks.
Yep. If you say his name in Corvallis, it won't go over well. I can tell you that much right now.
Right now, no name will go over well in Corvallis.
No, that's for sure. Hey, you had to bring it up, Dave. No, for all, Sappington's a very good kicker because the Ducks have had a kicker plague for a long time. Sorry if I'm offending any Duck fans out here that have hurt them in big games, but he's the real deal. He's one of the highest percentages in the entire country from his first 2 years, last year and now so far this season.
You know, the game, last week's Duck football game, the punter punted for the first time.
He did.
Afterward, Coach Lanning said we had to get him in the game, otherwise he was going to go into the transfer portal.
Yes, and that was one of the funnier lines, but it's also true at the same time.
Right.
Meanwhile, hey, at least they can punt. Have you seen what's happened to the Beavers lately?
Yes.
Won't go into that tirade. All I'm saying is they don't have a long snapper right now. We'll leave it at that.
Gabby Hill, the goalie.
Sun's starting to set here. Beautiful night at Delta Park.
Right. Sun goes down, we'd be able to see way better.
Here's Platt.
Rams have the numbers forward.
And this is where not having Susanna Fee, the facilitator, is hurting Central Catholic a little bit. Last year, she could cook it out so deep and kind of facilitate those central balls.
One of my favorite players over the last couple of years for the Rams, Susanna Fee.
Last season, I was calling a game Central against West Lynn. She scored an opening goal from about 35 yards out. Probably one of my favorite soccer calls I've ever had. It was a brilliant goal.
Taken away, Warriors at midfield.
And I got to say, I'm impressed with these Warriors so far. I like the passes they're finding, the space they're getting into. They're dribbling with their heads up. And when you look at their record, I would not have expected this from Cleveland. But Coach Diller told me, you know, this is a really hardworking group of girls. You wouldn't know it from our record, but he likes their potential. And so far, I've liked the way they've come out against a good Central Catholic team. Dave, you asked me before the game if I like these fields, and I really like it. I'll let you take over. Here's
No, go ahead. Oh, Rams are moving forward. Platt She's been around the front all the time. Crosses the field.
Chance isn't gone yet.
In front, high over the top.
And I
They
think
set that up.
that was, not sure who set it up. Nolte had the strike. But I like the outside-in movement from Central Catholic right there, Dave. I think Coach DePena will be happy with the build-up. I was going to say, I had a lot of games here when I was in middle school playing rec when my dad was coaching. So, yes, I have a lot of memories here at Delta Park, specifically at Strasser Field as well. Had some really big games here. It's really fun memories here, so I always love. Here's Platt.
Platt forward. Got a kick away. Goalie
Good
got
save.
her hands up and tipped it over the top of the net. Good job that time by Roland.
I mean, if she doesn't get a palm to that, I think it goes without saying that's in the back of the net. So Coach Diller was praising his goalkeeper, saying she's good. Pointed me out when I went to talk to him. He was the first player he pointed out, and you can see it there. Good reaction save.
You know, right off the bat, really aggressive play by Maddie Platt. She's been forward all the time.
Yeah, and you can see that experience, the senior. She has a feel for the game and the distance of everything. Her presence on the field. She's finding the right spaces.
Corner kick in the middle. Ball still loose and goes behind the net.
This is better from Central Catholic, though. I think Coach DePena will be happy that they've been pressing up more.
Remember, they're hunting their first goal of the season.
I didn't ask Coach about that, but you got to know that
Right.
it's in the back of their minds. Here's
And on a
Creason.
break.
Good pressure by Michaela Creason.
And great defense that time by Bella Welton.
Yeah, if she doesn't force that out, Creason's got a look, a really clear look, too.
Down the left side, in on goal, and Welton got up there and got it away.
Charbonneau coming forward into the box. That just shows that and she's a defender, so it shows Central's trying to get numbers forward. We're going to have a substitution.
First substitution of the game by the Rams.
I think that's Nolte coming out. Her hair is kind of covering her jersey. I can't tell. I think that's Sophia Nolte coming out.
We'll get you the player who just checked in.
I think it might be Tessie Albano, but I can't see. Yes, it is Tessie Albano.
There's the corner kick. Bounces right in front, headed. Oh, my goodness.
And we'll take a look at that one on the replay.
Roland, that time standing right in front of the net, got that header.
See, it was brilliant service in. Yeah, and Roland got her palms to it.
Nice job by the junior, Marlo Roland.
Strab plays this one up. It's a good ball. And they're going to get Creason for either Creason or that Claire Sadrula for offsides.
And that's going to go out. Throw-in coming up for Cleveland.
Dave, I probably shouldn't have started the game with my sunglasses on. It feels like I can see again finally.
I just took mine off here a second ago.
You know, I like how Cleveland's still not trying to get too much out of their game. You know, they've allowed some chances, but they're still trying to push numbers up. And when you play a team like Central, you gotta, even if it's going to be uncomfortable, you gotta leave yourself vulnerable in the back every now and then because you can't let the game be played entirely in your half.
A player I like for Cleveland that's been pushing up on the right side is number 11, Emerson Britton, the senior. And the Rams have kind of let her out there. Now they've got somebody over to kind of watch her.
Headed on by Tessie Albano, just into the game for Central Catholic.
Throw-in coming up for the Rams. Forward, Rams in on goal, offside.
And I'd be curious to see what Coach DePena, he's got his palms to the sky right now. I don't know if that means he didn't think she was off or he's mad that they've been off a couple of times now. But I will say, as a coach, you like that's open. Now you just got to get the timing of it right. but it's a great sign, and actually for
And of
Cleveland,
course,
it's a
you
sign.
know who that was forward then? That was Platt, Matty Platt.
She's been getting in a lot. But if you're Cleveland, that's definitely something you're going to want to clean up, because eventually she is going to be on sides.
No score in this game. We're just underway, first half action.
I can't see the scoreboard right now. Can you, Dave?
We need about another 10 minutes and it'll be in the shade.
Thankfully, we can see it on our monitor.
Oh, I forgot. We're almost 15 minutes in. Have a monitor right in front of us, has the time on it.
Beautiful night here at Delta Park. Great sports complex, just a great public facility. You got softball fields behind this, a lot of soccer fields. I love the turf field here. It's probably the best, but I love something about the natural grass that brings back memories for me as a kid. Good find.
The baseball player, Reggie Jackson.
Nudges Charbonneau off. Can she cut back on her left? Charbonneau blocks it, though.
Reggie Jackson was once asked if it's on artificial grass, and he said, if the cows can't eat it, I don't want to play on it.
I can definitely imagine Mr. October saying that. Speaking of which, Dave, you got a team? MLB? You got a team?
Of course I do.
Cleveland?
Reds.
Reds, there we
I'm
go.
a Reds fan.
And they're going to have a year just missing out, but, you know.
Although I'm really happy with the Mariners this year.
They're fun. They're fun to watch. Here's Cedrula.
Yesterday, a catcher tied the record for home runs
She's
by a
in.
switch hitter.
Shot over the goal,
Oh,
just
my
chipped up and
goodness.
over right there.
You know, the Rams have now had 3 shots on goal, all went over the top.
They haven't missed by a whole lot. You can see that Roland happy that one just over the bar, because she would have needed to be about 7 feet tall to get a palm to that one.
Now the Rams goalie, Hill, is much taller than Roland in goal down for the Warriors. He's going to come out, pick that up. Nope, kicked it forward.
I think that's Hadley Drews who won the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Cedrula.
Going to center it. Nope, takes the shot.
That was Albano with the shot. Tessie.
Roland standing in the right corner of the net, right to her.
And that's good positioning by Roland there. She made it look like an easy save, and it was easy for her because she got her footwork right and was positioned well. As a keeper, like, people might remember the saves where you have to stretch for it more, but ideally you're not having to if you're making the right maneuvers, and she was right on top of that. It's going to be tough to beat her from outside the box.
Throw in.
Not a bad idea right there.
And again, they were trying to get the ball to Emerson Britton. You can see she likes that side.
Now, as we get about midway through the first half, starting to see some red, tired faces. You know, this is where the conditioning comes into play. All the summer workouts that you didn't like waking up and going to, this is where it really matters.
Race for the ball.
Man, I like the strength of Ella Cohen. She's aggressive against Charbonneau, a good defender.
Back to Hill. Hill sends it forward.
I think Platt was on sides this time, and she's in. Platt got a freeway with the keeper. Oh, she picked her head up a little too quickly.
Down the right side with the kick. Just pulled it to the right.
Yeah, and she's made so many good runs, and she'll shake that one off. I think it was one of those cases so wide open she didn't realize how much time she had there, Dave. But she'll shake that off. She's having a really good game. Yes, Central's just a step too quick on a lot of these right now.
You know, that's sometimes you get anxious. You know, I want to get a shot away. I'm going to make sure I don't have the defender on me. And you shoot it just split second too soon.
I still remember one vividly when I was playing for FC Portland in a tie game. I had that exact thing, and I should have taken a few more dribbles. I still think about that one. But Platt's been making a lot of good runs, and she really torched the Cleveland Warrior defense there. The Warriors, if you're Cleveland and Coach Diller, you got to be looking at each other saying, what on earth happened right there? How can we let one of their star players get a one-on-one with our keeper? And Platt's on sides again, Dave. But this time, the delivery's a little too far. It's like a carbon copy almost.
Platt is certainly asserting herself.
Even though the Rams haven't, it's stunning to me that the Rams watching this team is a team that hasn't scored yet this season. Just
exactly.
goes to show how good Jesuit and Skyview are. And that Putnam goalkeeper. Hill's going to get a touch in the back. She'll pick it up. Reminder, we play 40-minute halves in high school soccer. So 80-minute games. And, of course, there's stoppage time. Central calling for a handball. They might have had a point. Platt over the top, and Cleveland's playing with fire here.
And forward again. Onside. Got a kick away right in the middle. Roland's standing there and gets it.
And we'll take a look at the replay here. And Platt had a couple of options there. I think that it was a really nice run to the middle. Here, thanks you, Tim, for the replay. We can see that Sadrula held her run to stay on sides here and then got back. And, again, I think she was looking for a cross right there. But, again, Platt, it's hard not to take that lane when you got it. Here's Creason down the side. Creason on her left. Good defending last minute. Forces a corner.
You know, good point, Ben, about Platt. She manages to get forward. Either she's got blazing speed or she just asserts herself and gets forward.
I think it's a combination of having really good intelligence for the game and also being athletic. I think when you put speed and smarts for the game together, you're going to get a player who's making a lot of dangerous runs. I'm trying to see who's taking the corners. It's Coco Stanford. Been calling her name for a couple of years now. Really
Coco,
good player.
a senior.
Yep, she's a senior, starting since she was a sophomore. And actually, not quite sure what's going on here. Oh, we have an injury. Pardon me. We have an injury. Pardon me.
All right, we have a player.
Coming up, Central Catholic doesn't have an easy schedule at all, Dave. They play at, my alma mater, Lincoln, and they've got a good program there with
They're
their
currently
girls.
ranked number 6 in the state.
Yes, and they should be. Kendall Johnson's doing a really good job with that program. They're off to a fantastic start. And Central plays at Lincoln High School, I think on Thursday. I'll double check.
Talking about great fields to play at, Lincoln High School's field is outstanding.
Not when I was there, Dave.
You played on the old grass field. Now it's artificial, brand new, great stands.
They've really done up Lincoln High School very, very well.
Beautiful school.
Absolutely. Yeah, so they play at Lincoln this Thursday, which should be a really good game. And then they play at Sherwood next Tuesday. Then they come home to take on Tiger, then at West Lynn. So Coach DePina certainly not scheduling the Patsies. And I think that he's happy that his team's going to get tested going into the playoffs. A couple of years ago, he was telling me that he wants to be playing the tough teams at the end of the year to prep for the OSAA state playoffs. And then on the other
Well, if you're playing the tough teams at the end of the year, it means you're one of the tough teams. You mean the tough teams at the beginning of the year.
Yes, he likes to, but he also told me that going into the postseason, he prefers to have a tough game on the schedule that's going to be more reflective of who they're playing in round one.
All right, we can see the scoreboard easily now.
There we go.
21:02 is the time. No score.
Stanford puts it in short. Hit by Lizzo Briscoe. Talked to her parents last year. They told me they call her Lizzo.
Okay. They say it was okay for you to call her Lizzo?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, they
Okay.
did. They had encouraged it, in fact. But she's just a junior, and she was starting last year as a sophomore. So Briscoe Another really talented player on Central Catholic. And speaking of talent, this freshman Maddie Streb is tough, Dave. Streb, number 19. One of the taller players on the pitch. She's just a junior. She was starting.
Free kick coming up for the Warriors.
Another really talented player on Central Catholic.
On the free kick, going to be number 19.
You know, and even though it's goalless, Dave, I gotta say, I really like the kind of the structure of this game right now. We've seen a lot of set pieces. We're seeing a lot of touches in the other team's attacking half. And it's surprising that Central especially doesn't have one on the board yet. That's the story of their season so far. That's a hard collision.
Big collision.
Creason and Cooper colliding there.
Offensively, Central Catholic's been more impressive so far, but I haven't been able to put it in the net. A shot, wide right.
That's a good strike from distance, and I think that's her off foot from Anouk Malbouf.
Let's look at it on the replay. It looked like she was set up.
Yeah, and I can tell, Dave, by the way that her first touch went, I think that she's right-footed. And so to get that much pace on a left-footed shot,
Yep,
that's really impressive. Kids, if you're watching this, practice with your off foot.
right. And she just pulled it to the right.
But that's a good hard shot. And if that's in the corner, Hill probably couldn't have gotten to that.
I was just going to say the corner was open.
So that's a good sign for Cleveland. These Warriors, you wouldn't know it given the fact they've only scored one goal, but they've got a lot of offensive weapons. A lot of girls who are talented on the ball. And again, you just wouldn't believe that these teams have scored a combined one goal. You wouldn't believe it. Strong on the ball, it's Vivian Moo.
Let me make a prediction. We're going to see a goal tonight.
Couldn't agree more. I'll take the over.
We'll take the over.
I like the no. Oh, okay. I was going to say I like the no call there, but, you know, he's in position, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that I can see either way, Dave. And part of it is kind of like an umpire. You're establishing the zone. You establish the physicality level. Every referee is a little bit different, and so make sure it's just consistent once you've established it. Refereeing is a thing that builds up over time. You don't just get into a game and everyone knows your style yet. You got to establish it in the first half. And I think our crew, especially with the linesmen, they've had a lot of work to do running up and down the offsides flag. So I think they're doing a really good job out there.
Well, the Rams' plan is to get the ball forward, get it in the middle, get it to Platt if you can. So far, though, it just hasn't yielded any results.
Seems like they're just trying to send numbers forward so much that Rowland has gotten the most touches from Cleveland so far.
Goalie's got to get back way out of the net. Ball in front. The goalie was so far out of the net, she was backing up, trying to get to the net.
She got her palms to it. Made the save. Charbonneau, so clean on the paw. That's a really impressive turn. Cleveland missed an opportunity there. If they could have passed that one through to Ella Cohen, she's really talented, could have made a turn, and they could have had numbers forward. Missed opportunity.
I was just impressed with Rowland that time. Backing up, looked like she'd given away all of the net, a shot, and she dived and got her hand on it.
Kind of like a DB there, tracking the ball well.
Yep.
You got to be running backwards. Great turn. Britton keeps it in, and it's going to go out. Britton momentarily able to keep it in there. 25 minutes gone in this one.
Let's see, so I think we've had 2 corner kicks, both by the Rams.
I don't think Cleveland is yet to have a corner.
I don't think so either. We haven't had any cards. Actually, it's a pretty well-played game. We haven't had a lot of free kicks either.
Yeah, it has been a well-played game. I think that Coach DePena was hoping that for a little bit of a faster start, especially because it's kind of carrying over that game against Putnam where they had 19 shots. Didn't get one in the back of the net. I think they're itching to get on the board. But at the same time, I think he's got to like some of the chances that they've generated. Norling into the game. Ouch.
6A girls soccer action, Central Catholic Rams, Cleveland Warriors, no score. We're 27 minutes into the game, 2 40-minute halves.
There's a nice turn. They create something from it.
I'm not sure sending the ball that far forward is such a good idea because you outkick the coverage.
I think you make a good point there. Rowland's starting to get a beat on things, coming off her line out of the box. Good ball handling. Norling there to intercept. Taken right back by Sloan Jockin. Here's Britton making a run. Hill to a knee.
Got a slow roller towards the net, scooped up by Gabby Hill. Platt.
This is Albano. Tessie fighting to win the ball, and she's called for a push in the back. Good effort there.
Free kick to be taken by Bella Welton. Last time she kicked it on the ground.
Charbonneau cleaning up with her left foot. What a strike with her off foot to get that clean. Really impressive skill for a defender to have. Be able to clear it with your off foot. Jock into the middle. I like the aggressiveness from the Cleveland attackers, and I like the idea there to try to thread it through to the middle. Here's Nolte.
You know, for as much as Central Catholic has had the ball in the middle of the field, Cleveland has not. In front of the goal. Rams.
Norling to Cedrula.
Onside. Nope.
Off.
I thought they were set.
Just by a step there. And of course, we do not have VAR at this level. Can't check.
Throw-in coming up for the Warriors. 10 minutes left to go in the first half.
Really good overlap ball to Briscoe.
Rams on the throw-in.
Elizabeth Briscoe and cut in with her left foot. I think Rowland will take that all day long.
Roland that time standing in the right corner outside the net, just picked it up.
Anouk on the ball, and she gets past Norling. Really good ball skills from Anouk. Really liking the runs by Ella Cohen. Here's Britton. Cross in, Hill, good hands. I'm really liking the runs by Ella Cohen. They finally got it into the middle, and that facilitated something and created a chance.
Nice long kick. Goalie kick out to midfield that time.
Good to see Nolte get up. That scared me a little bit.
Takes a couple of steps, kind of hopping around,
Yep.
but
I think looks like she's okay now. Nolte started games,
nice move.
or got a lot of playing time. If she didn't start everyone, she got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman. Really important piece of this Central Catholic team. Really
Trying to
good
get a
young
through
player.
ball that time to Platt, just short. So Platt takes the through ball.
Oh, if that foot doesn't get there
Yep.
for Evie Burchard, that could be a goal. Briscoe. Good idea there by Lizzo. She's been good on the ball today. She's a junior. Started a lot of games as a sophomore last season. I will say something that is different for Central this year, as there's a thread in towards Cohen, is that without having Katie Berry, it's a little bit harder to create that, to finish off that chance. She was so good at quick moves in the box and finishing, and now you don't have her or Susanna Fee. I think Central kind of needs to figure out who's going to be that finisher. Sadrula.
And throw in coming up for the Rams. 6.5 minutes left in the first half, no score. We're at Strasser Field at East Elder Park. 6A girls soccer action, no score. Central Catholic in Cleveland.
Shalifa Camp into the game now for the Rams. She's throwing it in. And Cleveland break here with some numbers.
Good point about the finisher, Ben.
Ball over the top.
In front and cleared away.
Good patience. Fairly good patience.
Good fight for the ball. Good defense by the Rams over in the corner. That goes out.
I think Cleveland's going to like what they've seen these last few possessions down the field. More life to their offense. Now, I got to tell you, Dave, neither of these teams are even really that close to what their rankings have them right now. These are not 38th and 44th teams in the state.
46, and there's only 50 teams.
Not the 46th team in the state. Promise you that. Nolte, a great turn.
56A teams.
Yes, yes. Yeah, then Central Catholic, remember, they ran into a good 5A team, Putnam, who got a draw 0-0. Putnam ranked number 5 in 5A right now.
The Kingsmen.
The King, is that what they are? The
Yeah.
Kingsmen? I wouldn't have known that.
Went all the way down, and now it's on its way back up.
Oh, interesting. The clock should be at about, it should say about 35 minutes, and it says 37 seconds.
Not quite sure. Yeah, not quite sure what's going on.
Just let our clock,
Yep.
clock continue doing whatever.
That's what we're going to do. We got a monitor in front of us, has an internal clock, and we're going to just go off of that.
Yep.
We might not be absolutely official, but
Close, I'd imagine. Sadrula hold. No, she didn't hold her run.
still with the ball. Oh, there's the flag up.
That was close there. I'm
Yep.
not sure she was off.
if she, obviously it's a ruling offside, but it was close.
Very close.
Let me ask you this, Ben, because I was just looking down my notes and I don't remember. Do the Warriors have a shot on goal? I can't remember.
They do. Oh, no. Oh, on goal. No, not on goal. They have a shot, not on goal.
That's going to go out, throwing coming up for the Rams quickly.
Freshman Streb going to take this one.
Maddie Streb, the freshman, tosses it in to Charbonneau.
Zadrula, good combination with Streb.
Towards the middle. Back out.
Charbonneau sends it too far.
Again, Ben, your point about they need a finisher. Nobody was breaking on goal that time.
Nope.
Everybody was hanging out. I want to be the finisher. I want to be, everything in my mind says move to the goal.
When you had Susanna Fee, who could score from 30-plus yards out, that certainly opened things up a lot. Then Katie Berry, so dynamic in the final third. Here's Sadrula putting on the moves.
Get a shot away, yes. Oh, off the side.
That's a brilliant save.
Let's take a look at that save again. It was right at the corner.
Rowland.
Right in front. Roland was perfectly positioned. Turn around. There's where she is.
Really nice save from Roland.
Nice save. The rebound came out. Shot went over the top, though.
That'll sting the Palms for a minute. Could be 1-0. Really nice save.
All right. Our clock shows about a minute and a half left here in the first half. No score.
Platt gets by the defender.
Platt pushes it forward. Onside, right in front. Oh, a sliding save by Roland. Let's look at that. Another outstanding save by Roland.
This kid can play, Dave. Coach Diller highlighting Roland in the pregame.
There's the pass forward. In.
I don't know how she stops this, Dave. That is phenomenal.
Slid into it.
Sliding. She put her body on the line straight up there to make that save. And she had to time it just right as well. That is a super save, I'm going to call it, from Roland.
Couple of them in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
About 45 seconds.
Yeah. Throw in coming up for the Rams. Right now, Roland might be the difference in this game.
Oh, she's by far the MVP of the game right now. Marlo Roland made some fantastic saves. And if you're Coach DePena, you might be thinking, is this Putnam all over again? He said they got 19 shots, but she played out of her mind, in his own words. Well, right now he's probably thinking similar thoughts about Roland.
We show 40 minutes. There's the whistle. That's the end of the first half. Our score at the end of 1, it is Cleveland 0, Central Catholic 0. Ben, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that was one of the most entertaining 0-0 halves I've ever seen. Those are my thoughts. And, you know, both teams have things to build on. I think if you're Central, you got to be feeling a little better right now, obviously, because if you're Cleveland, Roland's been saving you. But things to talk about. I think adjustments can be made. But if you're Central, you're still hungry for that first goal, and it's a little frustrating to not get it in that first half.
Let's talk about Central's offensive end. They have to be at least excited that they're getting down there, getting some shots away. They're obviously disappointed they haven't gone in. The defense, though, down there for Cleveland, the goalkeeper has been outstanding, probably made 3 saves that could have been goals. And so, as a result, we could transfer down to the other end for the second half.
Yeah, and I will say, it's never a position where you want to be relying on great saves from your keeper.
No.
So not where they want to be, but, hey, got to give her huge shout-outs, thanking her in that huddle, and now they got to get some those things figured out to not allow those chances right in front of the goal and the save she just made. But 0-0 at the half, and I'm really excited to see what the second half has to come. Both coaches, especially Coach DePena, hungry to find that first goal.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with a couple of minutes to go before the start of the second half. Our score here at Strasser Field at East Delta Park in 6A interleague action. It is Cleveland 0, Central Catholic 0. Welcome back. Halftime here at Strasser Field at East Delta Park. Girls 6A soccer action. Our score, well, we have no score. Cleveland nothing, Central Catholic nothing.
Yeah, and as I said, that was probably the most, at least one of the most entertaining. I've actually seen quite a few entertaining scoreless halves of soccer, but that one might have been up there considering Platt made some really good runs. A couple of them, she was not ruled off sides, and she had a look one-on-one with the keeper, just pulled it. And then some phenomenal saves by Rowland at the end of that half.
You know, I was talking to Steve Roberts while you were out, and I said, you know, it's much more exciting to have a game with no score for either team than it be 10-0 for one team.
Absolutely.
This game is exciting, still in doubt. So,
and I couldn't agree more. Like, people sometimes think, oh, 0-0, what a boring game. This thing has not been anything but. And I think that, yeah, go ahead.
The most exciting thing to me has been those two saves Roland made near the end. Both of them were goal-saving saves.
And in that first one, point blank, really good. In the second one, sliding right, she had to time it. I don't know how she stopped that. That is a phenomenal save, and not one you see too often from a high school goalkeeper.
And she's a junior.
And she's keeping them on. She's keeping the scoreboard blank right now, is what she's doing.
Exactly.
And if you're Central Catholic, though, you've got to live with those chances, and if you can keep creating them, then you know you're going to score. But right now, I'd say the longer this thing goes scoreless, the better Cleveland will probably feel, and the more frustrated Central Catholic
exactly.
will get.
What do the Rams need to do different to generate a goal?
I would like to see them crash more towards the middle. I like how they've been taking it out wide, but sometimes they've been a little impatient just trying to send balls forward. I'd like to work to the outside, get runners in the box, and then find feet on the ground. Now, it doesn't have to be something in the air. You know, that's sometimes like exciting header-type goals. Just simple, fundamental, mind the extra pass, get the easy ones in the box. But you got to get runners in the box, and it all starts with the play out wide. Some of those balls over the top, they've worked, but they don't have a goal from it so far.
In the notes that I made, what I wrote down was, got to have more players in front of the goal, more offensive players in front of the goal. There were times when there was no one in offensively for the Rams. Other times, just one person. You need a couple of people in front, get some passes, get the goalie out of position, do something, but the Rams need to get more people in the scoring areas.
And if you're Cleveland, I would say it's as simple as, well, you got lucky a couple times because your keeper saved you. I think that they had some really good offensive coordination near the end of the half with girls like Cohen in particular. If they can get Ella Cohen the ball in space, I think that they are in really good shape because she's a playmaker down there.
All right, getting ready to start second half. Cleveland in the white, they will move from our right to our left. Rams in the cardinal, they will move from our left to our right. Goaltenders stay the same. Gabby Hill in goal for the Rams, and Roland obviously in goal for the Warriors.
She's been outstanding. And my roster sheet blew away, Dave, for Central Catholic, so I might.
You want mine?
I might peek over at yours.
I've got mine written out here,
okay.
so I got it.
Just came back and realized. Not the first time it's happened to me during a soccer broadcast.
I always write mine out before games. One, it puts it side by side with the other team, but two, it gives me an extra chance of going down, assigning numbers to names and saying it.
Writing it down first helps you get it in your brain. Here is Cohen, or pardon me. That was Anouk Malbouf. Oh, good run. Nolte. Here's Michaela Creason.
Creason down the right side, looking to center it. The shot, oh, hit the crossbar.
Off the frame of the goal.
You know, she bent that one and got it almost inside the top, and it hit the crossbar.
That was really impressive.
We take a look at that right here. Watch it.
Tough angle.
Boom.
Wow.
Oh.
That close for Central. Now into the game, by the way, is Aria Robeson for Central Catholic. She's playing at back. Oh, this might make its way to Twyman. Robeson defending well.
Rams have to be frustrated. They've had at least 4 shots that were good shots. None of them went in. 2 great saves. A shot that was just a fraction wide, and then that one that hit the crossbar.
And they got to be thinking at this point, what do we have to do to get the ball past the line? Because it's game 4. Cohen centers it.
You know, maybe they need a penalty kick.
Hey, you know, got to generate it.
Forward.
Yeah, and she's
got a player forward.
She was, in fact, off.
Offside.
Yep.
Right idea, just a second too late.
Yep. Yep. Robeson clears that out. Cleveland's back line, got to be careful. A lot of aggression being applied.
Free kick for the Rams.
But Blindert. She's got the captain's armband on for the Warriors. It's Isabel Blindert. Stanford take this one.
She's a senior, by the way.
This Cleveland back line has done quite well holding their space. Cohen's been on the ball. I'd like to see her get more touches. I was saying at halftime, and she finds a beautiful pass. Opportunity here.
Ben, that's the first time I think I've seen 4 players forward for Cleveland. They had 4 of their players up around the net, you know, and that's been a kind of a drawback in the first half. Didn't have enough players forward. Of course, neither did the Rams.
Creason made another good run. Sadrula on her right foot. Creason's offsides.
Right idea. Had the ball in the middle, sent it out on the right wing, then cut towards the goal. Oh, just offside.
And Coach DePina, we can hear with the ambient mics.
He's making sure that they can hear him because we can across the field.
He's nothing out of line. He was just saying that
right.
He did not think that Creason was offsides.
Rams on the throw in, number 5, Ariel Robinson.
I'd like to see Cleveland try and get it down the line a little bit more. Oh, onside run. And she can't pick that up. I thought that was a back pass from her teammate.
I'm not sure if it was, but it was close.
Well, it was close right there. Because that's a penalty if the referee determines that's what happened. Creason, can she turn? Creason, stronger than the defender on her right there, but lost it out of bounds.
Trying to move it forward, and it went off her side of her foot out of bounds. Throw in coming up for Cleveland.
Cohen switches, finds a great ball to Britton. Can she get an angle? Hill is there.
Got a shot off. Hill was standing in the right corner. That's the player I was talking about in the first half, going down the right side the other way. Came down the right side this time and got a shot off.
What a phenomenal pass by Ella Cohen. Treason all over the field right now. The Warriors get a little touching in the attacking half. Cohen back to Britton. Hill should take this. It was a nervy moment.
Hill was standing up. The ball rolled. She thought maybe it might need me to go down and block it, and almost tripped. The ball almost rolled in. Take a look at this.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that was close. Defender might have been shielding her off a little bit there from the ball. That's dangerous. Sadrula on it. Oh, brilliant touch around the defender. This is better from Central. Numbers into the box.
Got a kick away and standing right at the right upright.
No, and Steve makes a great point. They can't buy a goal so far this season. And I will say, though, Dave, that is exactly what I was talking about at halftime. Start out wide, get runners into the box, and find feet in the box. That's what they need to keep doing.
That was actually a shot on goal and a save for Roland.
One of many for Roland tonight. Cleveland's got to be careful they don't get a ball over their head on the back line of their defense. They're pushing up a little bit too far. That could sting them eventually. Good run down the sideline.
That's Britton over there again now. She's had 3 runs down the right side.
She's really inserted herself into this game in the second half.
Exactly.
Oh, brilliant touch around the defender. This is better from Central. Numbers into the box.
Got a kick away and stand. There's the throw in and goes out. We'll have another throw in. Cleveland will throw the ball in.
10 minutes gone here, second half. So we got a half hour left in the game. Cleveland pushing up a little more. Cohen, can she turn?
Good job clearing that out in front that time by the Rams defense.
Central Catholic still on the hunt for that first goal of the season.
You know, I just looked up and just noticed there's a good crowd here tonight.
There is. You know, Central, they get out here. I like it, seeing a lot of Cleveland fans here as well on our left. Really big, want to give a big shout out to all the parents. Good ball through to Nolte.
Sent forward by the goalkeeper. We'll
Good
have a
challenge.
Free kick coming up.
Reminder, Central Catholic, they play at Lincoln on Thursday. They'd love to have momentum going into that one. against a darn good team.
Ben, does it seem like the pace of the play has picked up?
I think it's been pretty similar at times to the first half. The only difference is that Cleveland seems to be a little bit more ambitious on the offensive end as well.
Exactly.
Sadrula coming off.
And Matty Platt, senior, coming back on.
Platt gets a little bit of rest. Maybe we'll see if we can move the ball forward.
I'd be surprised if she came out again.
Nice play inside and another shot from close.
Alcano, the sophomore. A lot of ball pressure.
Roland standing right at the left upright. Cut that off. Oh, there's the ball forward. Nope, not going to get to it in time.
Alcano has really inserted herself, though, in the second half. She's just a sophomore. Man, Central's really putting on the pressure.
They've moved everybody up. Everybody over midfield now.
Yeah. This should be a goal.
In front. Oh, Roland with another incredible save. Let's look at that.
I don't know at this point what can be done to get by Roland.
Here we go. Watch this. I don't know how she made this save.
No.
Here we go.
This falls right to Nolte,
Right
who gets
in
a
front.
really good strike on it.
Not only was it a good hit, the goalie was screened. Had a player in front of her. Roland with another outstanding
Having a phenomenal game. Nolte probably can't believe she didn't score because she got a clean connection. Nolte did everything right.
save. Corner kick for the Rams.
Briscoe.
Back and forth. Headed towards the front.
And the way Central Catholic's pushing up, Dave, you got to think this could open up some counter opportunities, though, for Cleveland, as like right now.
On that last
But can they be
push
quick
forward,
enough?
they had everybody over midfield. And Rams are just going to clear that all the way across.
They got to
and
make
out.
that extra pass out wide to Maggie Twyman right there. She was open down the left wing.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland going to make a couple of changes.
Twyman, number 13 for Cleveland. Now, Cleveland's moved everybody up forward.
Cohen cut into the middle.
Still no score. We're 16 minutes into the second half, 24 more minutes of action left. No score.
Alcano switches. Central's got space here. Can they get it through? Nolte
In
gonna
front,
have a one-on-one with Rowland.
the shot.
Goes around, and Rowland takes it away.
Rowland didn't even give her a chance to shoot the ball. She came out and took it off her foot.
If any college scouts are here at this match right now,
Look at this.
they gotta be writing a bunch of stars next to Rowland's name.
Look, Took it right off her
That's
foot.
incredible. She did, and here's Nolte again now. Is it going to be another one-on-one? A good strike, and that was easy for Rowland, given all that she's done tonight. She's just having the game of, I'm running out of expletives. It's crazy. That was phenomenal. She just took it right away. I don't know how often you see that, but it was clean, too. Often you give away a penalty there if you're trying to take it away as a keeper with your arms.
In hockey, when the goalie's really good, they say, well, that goalie's standing on his head. Tell you what, Rowland's standing on her head.
Absolutely. It could be 4-0 right now, Dave.
At least.
But if you're Cleveland, you got to make some tactical changes. You just keep getting beat over the top.
When you got to rely on your goaltender.
Who's...
You can't win a game 0-0.
No.
You got to get somebody forward and score a goal.
Another really good chance here for Central Catholic. Cleared away. Creasing all the way back.
Let's go! I'm here.
Really well done, and they get it to Cohen. Cohen is really strong on the ball. This could be dangerous. Who gets there first? Gabby Hill does.
Hill came out that time. Had a player bearing right down on her.
Now, Central's got to be careful not to put too many players forward rather. Now, Cleveland's got to make that pass out wide. Now they're cutting into the middle. Central too strong in the center.
Well, Cleveland certainly has picked up their pace and become more offensive-minded.
Alcano getting in again. A cutback.
Wise play that time to come in and just clear the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you don't want to try and dribble it.
Nope.
Well, Cleveland's Central Catholic's got 20 minutes to find it. We played 3/4 of the game. Of course, Cleveland is thinking the same thing, though, too. Find the winner.
I'm out on a limb here because I guaranteed a goal.
You are, yeah. And you're Cohen. She's been really good tonight. Makes a good pass. Cleveland's got to try to keep getting the touches in Central's area.
See, they have everybody over midfield.
They're just sending numbers forward. And they're just having Alcano beat the defenders. And Sophie Nolte.
Nolte's been looking. She's had opportunities in front.
It's the one person they can't beat tonight, Rowland.
Marlo Rowland, the junior, has been incredible.
Not quite sure what we have here.
She's given up 12 goals in 4 games.
She said enough.
Yeah, I know. That's it for the season.
The way she's playing tonight, it seems to be the statement. Not quite sure if we have a substitution coming here or what's going on.
Hill, on the other hand, in 3 games, has only given up 6 goals.
Yeah. And
I mean, both these teams have good goalie play.
in Central with a really good defense as well.
Yes.
Two on three for, well, Central Catholic has 3.
It's Britain. A shot.
They should
One hopper.
lay it back off there.
Looked like a shortstop. Feeling a one bouncer.
Hill got numbers, told everyone to push forward. Nolte trying to play Platt, but making sure she's on sides. Nolte beats 2 defenders. Cleveland's diving in way too much. Nolte, last minute intervention.
Take a look at that. See if we can get that on replay.
Cleveland is diving way too much.
She was coming in on goal and got a defender just ran into her.
Right here, just diving in. And again,
Right.
You got to play back a little bit. Like you're defending a point guard. You don't want to let them just go around you.
No. Cleared out of bounds. Rams will have a throw in.
And right now, Coach Stepina telling me about Putnam's keeper having the game of her life. Well, he's probably thinking the exact same thing right now.
Hey.
Throwland. Really good turn down the line. Into the middle. Finally, Central puts one in.
Oh, my goodness. A goal for the Rams.
They finally break through.
Let's look at that on the replay. Perfectly set up right in front. Just blasted it by the
It had been
goal.
coming for a long time. And I think it was Catherine Miller, the sophomore.
Came at the 22:40 mark.
It was Miller.
Number 14, Catherine Miller. Miller, a sophomore, with the goal.
And finally, they're able to get their first goal of the season.
Not only the first goal of this game, first goal of the season.
You're not playing with your phone, are you? Okay.
Referee talking about the starting the clock. He's asking the guy who's playing with his phone, jokingly.
Right. 1-0 Rams.
And now I could see the floodgates opening because Cleveland has no choice but to put numbers forward now. And here's another run. Platt.
Now the Rams putting all the pressure on.
Platt had the assist a minute ago.
And you know, that wasn't a mistake down there in goal by Roland that time.
No.
She was set. They just came in, they had the numbers, put the ball by
They
her
had the
on
numbers,
side.
and that's exactly what I wanted to see. Start out wide, get numbers into the box.
There it is again. What a great, great goal by Miller.
And now Cleveland has 16 minutes to find the equalizer. Central Catholic couldn't get one by Putnam. They've finally gotten it. Good ball into the middle towards Platt. Kayla Creason, she's been really good tonight. Aria Robeson. Back to Coco Stanford. And now Central's a little more content to just play in the back.
Got to take the ball around the outside. Even doing that, though, the Rams have 5 players forward. An exciting game tonight.
It's been a lot. There's been a lot of great saves. There have been a lot of chances, and finally Central gets through. But this thing's not over, mind you.
No, we still have 14 minutes to go.
Central Catholic trying to hold on for their first win of the season.
You know, a point you made earlier, Ben, I can tell you Cleveland is not the 46th ranked team in the state. No way.
Not close.
With a goaltender like that, high shot over the net. Whoa. I believe that was Britton.
Britton nearly tied this thing up.
just over the bar.
When you say just, maybe just a couple of inches over the bar.
Not far. And it was from an impossible angle. I don't know how she did this. Oh, man, that was close. Creason down the line. Alcano took a fall. I thought she might have been fouled.
I thought that was a tumbling move.
Creason's been so strong winning the ball tonight.
Cleared out. Rams keep it back on the center forward again.
Nice turn by Cohen.
Cohen's a strong player.
Very strong, very talented in the middle. She's trying to take on an entire team right now.
She was triple teamed and kept the ball.
Cleveland's got to get this thing wide. Good defending. Charbonneau making their way back. Creason now coming forward. Here's Nolte. Sophie Nolte onto her left. Cleveland's got some space here down the side. Weak in the end.
Ball was deflected that time by Briscoe. Gabby Hill on a goal kick.
Hill towards the side for Creason. McDonald and Creason going at it. We have a substitution for the Warriors.
Checking out is Burchard. Didn't see who checked in. Oh, here we go. The player who checked in was 19, Ibby Cooper.
Cooper started the game. She's an attacking threat. Charbonneau almost got it through the back line. Platt would have had a really good look. Now it's Cleveland who I think is sending some numbers forward. Here's Maddie Platt.
Taken away by the Warriors. Warriors making a push for that ball.
Yeah, and they're sending numbers up. Hill wise to just clear it away there. Cleveland should try to possess right now. Nolte's tying her shoe and finally got back up.
There's
Cohen! A strike from distance just over the bar.
Wow. I've been impressed with how strong Cohen is. She thought she shot that ball from way out and just barely over the top of the bar.
She's a phenomenal player. Almost had the equalizer.
She's a junior.
Cohen! A strike from distance just Wilcox brings it down. Really nice run. Alcano. They're going to clear that out. Cano, sophomore, has been making a lot of nice runs.
Tessie Albana, the sophomore, number 4.
About 8 minutes left, regulation time. 1-0 Central has finally, they broke through about 60 minutes into the match.
Well, that's all there is regulation time.
Oh, well, no, there's, stoppage time.
Right. There's no
Oh,
overtime.
no, and of course, stoppage, injury time, I should say.
Right.
Injury time.
And we haven't had any of that tonight. None
No.
in the first half. I don't think we've had any here in the second.
No.
Like I said, a very well-played game.
Good turn, Nolte. Wilcox. The edge. I've been impressed with Cleveland, though. Their fight. They haven't given up.
Nope.
Creason, just a bigger body than McDonald.
That's ours. Get the ball.
This will go to the Warriors.
Yeah, let's go.
7 minutes of action left. 1-0 Rams lead.
Let's get it inside first. Show.
Good pressure. And that's got to be a foul on Cohen, I'd imagine. It is.
Boy, she is strong.
Really impressed with Ella Cohen tonight. Here's Coco Stanford from the back, set to take this.
Rams get set. Kick, she's going to put that down near the front.
Really good delivery. Platt scores! No, he was offsides.
Oh,
Stanford can't believe it.
flag is up.
Oh,
Great placement. Platt was standing right where she needed to be. Put it by the goalie. She was standing
and
offside.
Stanford would have had a beautiful assist right there. It was close, looking at the replay here. It was close. Great one-timer from Platt.
Oh, and that ball goes out. I think it'll be a throw-in for the Rams. Nope, throw-in for the Warriors. That was kind of shaky defense down there in front of the net.
Absolutely.
Almost took that away and got a shot on goal. Rams with alert play. That's saved.
Milo Wilcox. Hazel Norling intercepts. Cohen on the ball. Cohen taken down from
Wow,
behind.
the Rams are really making it tough for Cohen.
They know they've recognized her as the star player.
Right, they've pushed her. She's been down on the ground a couple of times here late.
Collision that time.
Our clock has malfunctioned again. I think it shifted at 35 minutes, but we've got about 4 minutes left to go in the game.
1-0 Central Catholic. Tonight they've had a lot of chances, just one through the back of the net. Platt is on sides this time. Platt! What a strike! Oh, it's just wide.
Just wide right. Went all the way across the front of the net. Let's show that.
Maddie Platt.
Here's
Everything
Platt.
but a goal tonight.
There's the shot all the way across.
She's been really good.
for two teams that are where they're ranked, each one of these teams has some pretty good players.
Absolutely. And with Cleveland, it comes from players like Ella Cohen, Emerson Britton,
Yep.
Twyman, and of course, their goalkeeper, Roland.
You look down at the other end, Hill has a shutout going, so,
Flags up for offsides. Creason can't believe it. She's beside herself right now.
let's look. And we see where she's offside.
Let's see when's the ball played.
Oh,
She's not offside. She has a real chance. Yeah, she has a real argument there. She's not off. Nolte in space. Central Catholic just needs to close this one out now.
Ben doesn't have any stripes on his shirt, so his opinion doesn't count.
Does not mean anything. For what it's worth. Dave makes a good point there. There's a foul.
Couple of minutes left here.
Long ball forward.
Good play by the Rams to get that ball forward right in front.
It's in! Finally, Maddie Platt gets her goal.
Platt with the goal. That coming at 38-10.
Heads it in, I believe, after a cross into the center.
Let's look at it here on the replay.
Everyone's on sides.
Here we go.
Yep, she got her head to it. Really nice little flick. It had been a long time coming for Maddie Platt.
Goals by Miller and Platt. 2-0 Rams.
It's got to feel good for Central after attacking so much over the last couple of games, so many shots. To finally get that breakthrough.
And Platt has to feel good because she had all those opportunities in the first half, or she was right in the mix.
She's had a really good game. Now Cleveland with hardly any time. And Central, of course, Cleveland's put up a really tough fight. Central has been the better team tonight, but I think that if you're Cleveland, you can look at building around players like Cohen and Britton and just surprised they haven't scored more goals this season.
Shot from way outside. Roland at the corner of the net picks it up. Coach Cepena yelling at the Rams, their defenders, to come back, he said.
For these reasons, because here's Cohen now. A little bit of space. Cohen trying to take matters into her own hands. And they can get Wilcox a little bit of space here. Wilcox, great defending last minute from Robeson.
Saved that shutout.
Aria Robeson, great job tracking back. Ken Creason's been really impressive tonight.
Gonna center it. Nope, knocked away.
Creason wins it back though. Really good hustle.
Under a minute to play.
Fortunately, Tessie's limping a little bit. She was chasing that ball. You know who's played a good game is Coco Stanford. You haven't probably realized it a lot because
We had a player down.
because Cleveland hasn't been in the attacking half a lot, but Coco Stanford's been starting for a couple years now. She's a really good right back.
Rams player down.
And I think it's just a cramp for Albano. Tessie Albano's had a really good game. She's just a sophomore.
And she's up. She's okay.
Glad to see that.
She has had a good game.
Sending it forward. That's another good player is Ibby Cooper for Cleveland, giving them hope on the year because they are not what their ranking is.
They're not where it's going to be.
No, at the end of the year, no. Neither of these teams close with what it is right now. So Central's going to get a 2-0 victory, a much deserved one, despite Roland doing her absolute best to keep them scoreless on the season. Central finds a way and gets a much deserved, hard-fought victory over the Warriors.
We're not done yet, referee. There's just a couple of seconds, I think, left.
No, he blew final whistle.
Oh, he
blew
did?
it. He did.
Oh, I didn't hear it. He did blow the whistle. Yep, there they go. All right, that's our final score here at Strasser Field at East Elder Park in 6A interleague action. And our final score, Central Catholic Rams 2, the Cleveland Warriors nothing. Big win, Ben.
Big win, and I think that's got to be a big weight off of Coach DePina's shoulders. Talking to him pregame, he was telling me about how all the chances they had last game didn't convert. And I think tension built up a little bit as they couldn't convert at halftime, and then a phenomenal save by Roland early on in the second half, and finally breaking through, getting the ball out wide and centering it with numbers in the box, Miller finishing it off. And I think that's got to feel really good for Central Catholic. And Cleveland, of course, they got to be proud with the way they fought tonight. They got some scrappy players. They got great talent with Cohen in particular, so that's a big positive for the rest of the year. But I think Central Catholic's got to be happy, and they've got a big matchup and momentum going into that game at Lincoln on Thursday.
For all you people keeping score, here's the scores on the goals. No goals in the first half. In the second half, the first goal coming at the 22-minute mark. That was a goal by Catherine Miller, number 14. That made it 1-0. The second goal coming at the 38-minute mark. That was by Maddie Platt to make our final score 2-0. Ben, outstanding players of the game. For Cleveland, it has to be Roland. For the Rams, you could list a whole bunch of players. Maddie Platt with a goal, great play in the first half.
Nolte.
A shutout goal for the goaltender, Gabby Hill. So,
and there are a lot. Creason, I thought, was really aggressive. Really was great down the right flank all game long, winning a lot of those matchups. Nolte, Albano were both really good. So a lot of players for Central that you can list off. But I thought they'd had a really good team performance.
All right, some people we want to thank. The athletic department at both schools. Of course, Delta Park, the hospitality here at Strasser Field. Head coach Doug Diller for Cleveland. Head coach Lucas DePina at Central Catholic. Our crew tonight, let's see, Ryan's on the camera, Ryan Johnson, Steve Miller, or Steve Roberts is with. I got to work on names.
It's always tripping up at the end.
Alva Myers down there is our director. Tim running the instant replay did a great job. My broadcast partner, Ben Pahl.
Yeah, okay, I was waiting for it.
Ben, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, beautiful night here in the Pacific Northwest. So glad you guys got to experience it with us. Really entertaining game. Central, persistent. Cleveland fought hard, but I think it's a really good one for Central Catholic finally to build some momentum because we know they're a really good team, and they got a great matchup at Lincoln on Thursday.
All right, we're Oregon Sports Beat. Go to our website, OregonSportsBeat.com. Got our calendar up. We have a number of things coming up, more soccer coming up. We have football coming up. Central Catholic will be playing football next Friday night here on Oregon Sports Beat. So go to that website, OregonSportsBeat.com. I'm Dave Hall. Our final score in interleague action, Central Catholic 2, Cleveland nothing. Good night, everybody.